What is going on? Another day, another trading. We sort of got a mixed bias today. Um, I'll be looking first to see if we can catch price coming into this fair value gap. If we can catch something like that, cool. We'll be happy with that. Looks like it's gonna happen pretty quick, just off this initial opening move. But if we can catch something coming up into here, then obviously we'll be done for the day. If we can't catch anything, then I'll look to see if I can take shorts targeting this low. High time frame, it's looking sort of bullish, especially on the daily chart. We had this huge candle on Friday, closed above, so we're going to target this high. Kind of far away from that. So far, this daily candle has been pretty bearish, but we do have this fair value gap on the hourly that we could target. So like I said, we'll be looking for a move up into this fair value gap and then potentially a move coming out of this fair value gap. Looking like that short to the London low is probably going to be the best option today, just because, yeah, we've already ran this fair value gap. We could potentially see price just push right through here. I don't know if I really want to take a trade like that just because this is a daily level. It doesn't have to get respected today. It could get respected tomorrow, but this is a more recent level here. So we'll see how price acts around this fair value gap, see if we respect it, see if not. But that's what we're going to be looking for. Also, the scenery has changed a little bit. I am at school in the library right now, so we're thugging it out. Sort of bouncing off that midpoint. That's pretty good. I think I'm gonna grade this with a fib just so we can see the quarters. I really want to see how price acts around this area. It's gonna be very important for us to take a trade today. There we go. So yes, we're respecting that midpoint. Traded slightly above this upper this upper quadrant, but we'll see where this body closes. That's why I added another beat up at the end. Catch that. Also, I guess I need to show this. This is gonna be. We got no big news coming out today. Tomorrow we got CPI. Wednesday we got PPI, and Thursday we got unemployment claims. Friday is probably gonna be pretty slow, just because most of that volatility this week is gonna come from Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So we should be good trading these 3 days just because the news comes out at 8:30 all of those days. So it's not like anything's gonna mess with us during regular trading hours. ES is respecting this gap how I would want to see it. Nasdaq, we're trading a little bit higher than what I would want to see, but still good there. Very strong opening candle. Not very ideal for shorts, but doesn't completely violate it. Also, ES is going to be our weaker index, I think. Actually, NASDAQ is going to be our weaker index with this S&T here. So that's sort of also fueling this bearish bias as well. You see that Friday ran out this high from Wednesday. We're about halfway down that range. So I mean this would be a good place to be shorting, honestly. High time frame looks like this will be a good trade. Just matters if we can respect it. This will be very important if we can stay below that high. Maybe we can stay below it on a closure. These are sort of the reactions that I want to see. Could very well just stay around this area until we close this 9 a.m. candle. And then we could see manipulation of this 9 a.m. candle. Something to look for as well. There is also this fair value gap. Both on both indexes. A little bit smaller on ES, but something to look out for. Another thing for price to bounce off of. Anything that's going to give us a reason for us to go lower should be highlighted. Going to keep it relatively clean, hopefully. So it's looking like we're starting to slow down a little bit. Hopefully we could slow down a little bit and then see it move up into this fair value gap. Trade it on the way back down. Might get a little bullish move off of that midpoint there. Hopefully we'll come up into this gap. I'm starting to think that this smaller gap is what's going to cause us to push lower. So that's sort of what I'm going to wait for. We could break structure by trading under this small fair value gap here. I'm not going to mark it out until it becomes something that we actually got to pay attention to. Just because I want to keep this chart nice and clean. So we are starting to get a bullish move off of that midpoint there. Not too big of one, but definitely a bullish reaction. There we go. That's exactly what we were waiting for. Just so happens that it comes right as we start the macro. From here, I really want to start seeing some bullish, some bullish action. We can break structure right here. This will be the first line. That's sort of hard to see just because of it aligns perfectly with that midpoint there, but it's there. And yes, we don't really have a low that formed, but we can use this small fair value gap to show when structure will be broken. A little bit easier to see on there. And we're respecting these levels. Traded slightly above that midpoint, but nothing crazy. Probably just one tick. Would be that midpoint. Yeah, 7,050. Yeah. So literally traded one tick above. Nothing too crazy. We're gonna have inconsistencies like that, but definitely something to look out for. And this same thing, one tick above the high here. So starting to get a little bit of confirmation that we'll start swinging to the downside. Just gotta confirm it, I guess. Just wondering where we are in this range here. So optimal trade entry is going to be between this midpoint basically, and I think it was this upper quadrant if I remember right. Yeah, right in between these two lines. Coincidence? Probably not. Honestly, I think I'm just gonna get rid of this fib just because we already know where we're standing. It's a pretty good reaction coming out of that. Coming out of that fair value gap. I do think, well, I know that we're probably not going to get an entry in the next 5 minutes, so I think I'm gonna take advantage of that, and I think I'm gonna go to the bathroom to take a piss real quick. So I'm gonna watch it on my phone, make sure nothing unexpected happens. But I'm gonna take a piss, so I'll be right back. Pick up jail. They don't have enough sleep, and I got 3 damn homes. So honestly, if we stay around this area, like if we stay within the current range of this candle, let me turn down this music because it's messing me up a little bit. But if we stay within this range right here, we'll form another fair value gap here. Gives us another indicator if we're going to break structure. Just a higher indicator instead of this low way down here. Same thing on this right here. We're slightly trading above it, which obviously is not going to be ideal. If we're going to run this Friday high, I'm going to let it. I'm really liking how Nasdaq's looking, honestly. Looking pretty good for shorts. Pretty good. Okay. It's a pretty good closure right there. This can be an important gap to watch. I want to see this get violated on both of these. Yes, we're sort of painting the wicks outside of this gap, which aren't ideal, but we're closing the bodies underneath that midpoint, which is good. And on this, we're not even closing any bodies inside of here. That's pretty good. Another thing that's good is we tapped into this fair value gap, and yeah, we did push a little bit higher, but we're not making new highs, at least not yet. Just went back into that fair value gap. Wait overlay. No. Rexing. Stay on my plate. Hang on, ropes and I'll beat you to sleep. Trading slightly below that midpoint there. That's a good move right there. Yes, we trade below it too. Another good thing is that we already tested the midpoint and gave a bullish reaction off of it. So it's kind of unlikely for us to bounce off of it again. If anything, we're going to trade through it. By midpoint, I'm talking about this gap here, by the way. We already came down, tested it, pushed higher. So next time we visit it, we're likely to fall through. Going to be very interesting to see where this candle closes. Ideally below that midpoint of that small gap. Below this level, hopefully. There we go. That's pretty good. Didn't violate the gap, but that's not looking ideal. This is though. Not ideal, but it's pretty good. It's a start. We have the potential to break structure on this candle here. Depends where we close. I don't know what it is. I've been tired all day. Even though I drink this energy drink here, I'm still tired. Definitely does not appear that we're going to break structure on this candle. Closed right at that midpoint. I mean, that's got to mean something. Maybe we break structure on this candle. This would be a really good one if we break structure on this candle. Now we got this low here. So we can close below that, below this fair value gap here, or below this low. Ideally, both. On a yes, we don't really have that luxury. This was probably, wasn't probably, this was labeled wrong. So ES is trading how I want to see it. NASDAQ is sort of playing with me a little bit. Keeps going up, keeps going down. Staying within that gap though. I want to see where this thing closes. Not the end of the world, but not ideal. Both indexes not ideal. Unless we just bounce off of that little fair value gap. See, we're not really getting nothing here. I mean, we're staying below the midpoint of that gap, but we're not displacing lower at all, which is kind of concerning. And we are respecting this gap, which is also kind of concerning. Kind of stuck in a little accumulation zone. There we go. There we go. Hmm. We're not really getting anything to violate the idea. We're just seeing a lack of displacement constantly. But we're staying below the midpoint of this, and we're staying above the low of this. So it's like we're just waiting. We're just sitting here waiting. I do have to go at 10:30. So we got two more 5-minute candles. I gotta get up through. Do need to take another piss, but I guess we'll just wait. Just took out that 9 a.m. high. We're gonna displace lower. We're gonna do it now. We're on that next 5-minute candle. They don't think I'm gonna be here to catch it. Might have to watch this one on the phone while I'm driving too. Don't recommend that, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. Yeah, I mean, that's bearish as it can fucking get. Gonna set alerts just so don't have to worry about missing it. The car. Gonna want to close below these lows before even thinking about getting in. I do have to piss and I do have to go pick up my parking pass. And I got to be at work at 11. And it's a 30-minute drive. So I think I'm going to get off of here. You guys know what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a break of structure, and then a retrace back up into that range. And then look on the 1 minute for a break lower. That's what we're going to be looking for. Targeting this London low, maybe even this opening low. But I gotta take another piss, so I'm gonna get off of here, start heading to work. We're gonna be watching this on my phone. So whatever you see in the title is the P&L for today, and then maybe there'll be a trade recap on TikTok or YouTube Shorts. So look out for that. But I'm gonna get off of here. As always, stay blessed. Go be great. Go do your thing.